Hello, Johnny London here, once again. Well, as you can see, I've managed to keep my woods somewhere dry, and we've got a little bit of weather this afternoon, so we get the second coat on these. I'll just work here. I don't want to get the benches out because I'll end up getting them covered, won't I? With all of the floor, there's quite a lot to paint. I really didn't feel like coming out a little while ago. It was looking sort of pretty murky, but the forecast said it was going to get nicer, and it's lovely out here now. Actually, it really is. Excuse the motorbikes. You can use a proper sort of shed and fence brush, which is one of those sort of really short, wide, stubby things. But I don't get on all that well with those. I always tend to find I get a lot of very fine splashing all over everything. So I'm using this. It's just a cheap old, fat old sort of floppy brush. And I find that generally I do a lot better with that. I'm paying particular attention to the cut ends. Starting to come together now, I think. There's an interesting story to these ones actually, and this is relevant if you're trying to get wood at B&Q. I did check to make sure that they had those in stock, obviously, before I went over there, and it said they had, I don't know, like 200 in stock, so I thought, well, that's going to be alright, it's only got 5 or 6, and I got there and sure enough there they were, but they were up on like a shelf, not that high, but sort of, I could have sort of hopped up there and grabbed a few of them down, but they were tied up in the that nylon binding stuff, so I didn't want to risk bringing the whole lot down. So I asked somebody and they said, oh, we need to get the forklift. I said, well, yeah, I'll wait, you know. And he said, yeah, no, but we can't get the forklift while the store's open, so well, I can never have them then. He said, no, you can have them eventually, but you'll have to come back tomorrow. I was like, you know, whatever. So I went home and I placed an order for them online. I thought I'll order them for collection, so then I'll know 100%, because otherwise I'll go back tomorrow morning and the same thing's going to happen, isn't it? I say, oh no, we haven't got them down yet. So I ordered them, and about half an hour later they pinged me and they said, your order is now ready for collection, come and collect your order. I thought, well, it can't be because the store hasn't closed yet. So I ignored that. And then I think a bit later or the next day I got another email that said thank you for collecting your order. I thought, well, that's weird because I haven't been down there to collect it. Anyway, in the end, eventually I was able to clear that up. I phoned them up and they assured me they'd got them and everything, and eventually I got them, but it took about a week. So little cautionary tale for you there, probably best to go elsewhere for that sort of thing. Now when you go to Wickes, of course, they just blare a big warning out through the tannoy, don't they, about the forklift truck operating on aisle 14 or whatever it is, and they put up a couple of those little yellow barriers or something, and they just crack on with it, and it takes them a few minutes and then you're good to go. Or if you go to somewhere like Builders Depot, of course, well, they've got forklift trucks whizzing up and down the whole time. They just beat their horn and you jump out the way, and they seem to manage just fine. I don't know if they've killed anybody yet. So that's the story with those. Let's hope I bought enough, because I won't be able to get any more. Someone's escaped. Or it might be Noel Edmonds going to work, I suppose. It's amazing just how much there is to paint. So now I'm just stopping to have a think about what's going to happen when I put all this back together. I'm going to slightly modify it to the original design insofar as I've got these long CLS joists, and I want to use one in the middle, which is kind of pretty much what it had before, and one on either side. But what it didn't do before is they didn't sort of protrude, and there was a protruding piece of roof that provided a canopy and didn't really have much to support it, just a sort of stick, an ornamental stick at the front. So I'll be doing it all like that anyway. But I thought if I put these, which could involve taking off this top bit of wood which I haven't replaced yet, which needs replacing anyway because it's a bit manky, effectively that will be in place of that, so it'll be that bit lower. If you imagine it, then I've got, because these are 3 metre, then I've got as much overhang here, which will be nice and strong, and also at the back that bit's going to be like an open storage area for ladders and plastic chairs and things like it was before, and that'll just make everything a lot easier, just having these sort of 3 continuous beams. They're not treated, but they won't be getting wet, so I'm not worried about that. It's just a question of, yeah, probably have them that way on, or could conceivably have them that way on, but I think that way, and I can just lose those bits at the top. Obviously have to re-modify the bit I built, but I think that's going to work really, really well. I won't know until I put the base down and put the sides on the base, until I've sort of got the structure, then I can have my sort of final look at it and modify it from there. But what I'm going to do for now, I think I'll get a coat of paint on these. I should have done that before. Just wash my brush out as well. Well, I picked up some more wood, just some more of this sort of batten stuff, because I need a little bit more, I'm not sure how much. And then I bought some sort of quite nice, that's 2 by 2 inches, that'll do the sort of decorative porch bit at the front of the shed. So what I'll do is, as the weather's nice at the moment, seasonally, unseasonably warm, I think I'll give all these a little bit of paint while I can. Now these bits were 4.5 metres long. There's no way I could get those in the car, and I knew I probably wouldn't be able to anyway. So I took my saw with me, which is always a good thing to do really, isn't it? But the thing is, when you cut these so that they fit in your car, you need to know the usable sizes that you want to end up with. There's no good taking 1 metre off the end, because then it might just about go in the car, and then finding actually the shortest usable bit that I wanted was 1.6 metres. So that's what I did. I cut these to a size, even the off-cut bit is sort of slightly longer than a bit I need to use for a sort of main bit, so I haven't got any sort of small stupid bits, is what I'm trying to say. I think I've got a bit of this kicking around anyway somewhere, so I've got loads now, you know, which is good. What I'll do is, if I give everything a couple of coats, sort of as and when I can, you know, because it's obviously getting a bit damp out here anyway, isn't it? Then when everything's assembled, everything will be sort of roughly at the same stage, and I'll go over the whole damn thing inside and out and give it one more coat to really bring it together and get rid of any grubby marks or any bits I've missed or anything like that. For now though, this will do. See you next time.